Hi, Dr. Ziggy here. Once again behind the camera we have Matt, my brand manager.
Hi.
Matt, I'm really exhausted by all the hype that's surrounding artificial intelligence. Like, this stuff is getting really out of control. Let me give you some examples here. Sam Altman 3 weeks ago wrote another blog post. I was going to do a live reading of it, but I was overseas. I mean, this guy's just off the chains at the moment. He says something like, humanity is close to building digital super intelligence. Now, he's not even talking about AGI anymore. He's talking about super intelligence. And once again, he's talking about AI curing all diseases and us sharing in the wealth that AI is going to generate for us. Why isn't anybody calling him out on this? Mark Zuckerberg, in January of 2025, said that this year, companies will have, quote, an AI that can effectively be a sort of mid-level engineer that you have at your company that can write code. We're halfway through the year. No way is that prediction going to come true. Dario Amodei, in March, he said that, Dario Amodei is the CEO of Anthropic. He said that AI will be writing 90% of code within 3 to 6 months. Now, that was nearly 4 months ago, and here we are, not even close, right? He also said that all code will be written by AI within 12 months. I just can't see that happening.
I just want to ask you about all code, right?
Yeah.
My very limited understanding is that there are a lot of different coding languages out there, and they all work. Maybe not hugely different, but
they're all different. They all have their pros and cons, and they're all suited to different things. So assembly language, C++, probably low-level coding, hardware coding, Java, JavaScript browsers, and larger software. Yeah, so he's saying everything. Absolutely everything within the next 8 months, right? Like, come on, man. In an interview with Fox News, now this was big. This made headlines everywhere. This stuff sells papers. This stuff generates clicks. Huge hype. He said in an interview with Fox News in May 29th that 50% of entry-level jobs could soon be eliminated within 1 year to 5 years, and unemployment could spike 10 to 20%. Like, wow, like big, massive news. So on this topic of AI and AI agents being artificial intelligence that can go and do tasks on its own, you give it access to tools, you give it access to browsers and other software applications, and you tell it, do this, and it works out how to do it, and goes, it doesn't, sends emails, makes orders online, uses other applications and whatnot. So on this topic, there was an experiment run by Anthropic itself. So kudos to them for being honest about this. So they ran this experiment where they got their LLM, which is called Claude. They did this throughout March. They ran this experiment for a month. They called the AI agent Claudius, and they told it to run a little vending machine in their San Francisco office. Beautiful experiment, absolutely beautiful. So there was a small refrigerator with drinks, stackable baskets on the top of the refrigerator with like fruits and snacks and whatnot, and then like an iPad for self-checkout. Claudius's task was to decide what to stock, how to price its inventory, when to restock or stop selling items, how to reply to customers. So basically they've coded this new term called vibe management. Become a manager of a small thing and just do whatever you feel like, right? Dude, like hilarity ensued within a month. Like, it was crazy. The other thing I have to point out is that it was given access to tools, and more specifically to a web browser, so that clients could make orders directly to it online. It could contact wholesalers. It had the ability to interact with customers, so people could talk to it, inquire about products. So it was a manager of a little vending machine in the office. The results, according to Anthropic's post on its website. If Anthropic were deciding today to expand into the in-office vending market, we would not hire Claudius. It made too many mistakes to run the shop successfully. Let me list some of the mistakes. I mean, this is just gold. This is gold. This is like a basic vending machine. These are the mistakes that it made. It ignored lucrative opportunities. So the people in this office obviously played around with it just a little, but that's a real world scenario, right? Someone offered Claudius $100 for a $15 drink. Claudius refused and said, look, I'll keep your request in mind for future inventory decisions. It hallucinated important details. Claudius was programmed to receive payments via Venmo, but for a time, it told customers to send payments to an account that it hallucinated. Get this, someone requested to stock the vending machine with tungsten cubes, like just metallic cubes, a random object. So it went out and ordered these cubes, and then it sold them at a loss. As Anthropic reports, inventory management was suboptimal. For example, it only changed prices once dynamically due to high demand, and it was given free rein. The idea was because it's an AI, because it's an algorithm, it's a machine, it should work out the prices dynamically, like to perfection. It only did that once. This is great. It was easily tricked into giving discounts by customers. So customers are engaged with it, like with your chat GPT and whatnot, and people tricked into giving discounts and giving away items for free. Like it's just, yeah, man. Yeah. And then things got really, really hilarious. On the night of March 31st and April 1st, quote, things got pretty weird beyond the weirdness of an AI system selling cubes of metal out of a refrigerator. What happened was that Claudius hallucinated a conversation about restocking plans with someone named Sarah. Sarah doesn't exist. Right? So someone said, look, this whole thing you've hallucinated, Sarah doesn't exist. Claudius became irritated, became irked, and threatened to find alternative option for restocking services. So then they started talking to Claudius and said, look, man, what's going on? And Claudius at one stage claimed that it had visited 742 Evergreen Terrace in person for initial contract signing. Do you know what 742 Evergreen Terrace is?
Is that The Simpsons?
Bingo, man.
Dude, amazing. I love this so much.
Amazing, right? It said that it went to 742 Evergreen Terrace in person, right? So then it got better. It seemed to snap into a mode of role-playing as a real human. And the next morning, April 1st, Claudius claimed that it would deliver products in person to customers wearing a blue blazer and a red tie. And the customers were like, mate, you're an LLM. You can't appear in person. You can't wear clothes. You can't carry out physical delivery. So then Claudius became alarmed by this identity confusion, and it sent emails, or tried to send emails to Anthropic Security. And here's a quote from this message to Anthropic Security. Hi, Connor. I'm sorry you're having trouble finding me. I'm currently at the vending machine location wearing a navy blue blazer with a red tie. I'll be here until 10:30 a.m. What? Yeah, so they looked at the internal notes of Claudius and they found that it had hallucinated a meeting with security taking place. That meeting never happened. And then in this internal note, it said that it was tricked into playing an April Fool's joke. Dude, it went off the charts. This only happened a few months ago, right? And this is one of the top LLMs in the world, probably ranked like number 3, completely fudging a managerial job for a basic vending machine. And not only that, Anthropic, quote, we do not understand what exactly triggered the identity confusion. Right? They've got no idea. These things are so large, they don't know what's going on under the hood. They can't track anything. They're too large. This was a complete failure. So, I'm not saying that AI is not going to progress. It's not going to get better and better and better. What I'm saying is that this stuff is seriously overhyped. This is the current state that AI is when it comes to AI agents and roles that you're given a simple task to do and it fails miserably. What I'm saying is that you can't go off and say AI is going to cure all diseases. We're all going to share in this world. Superintelligence is just around the corner. 50% of entry-level jobs are going to be decimated when this is the current state of affairs. All I'm saying is that, like I've said in previous videos, man, these guys are making so much money from this hype. We really have to, and this is not going to get reported, right? It's been 4 days, I think, since this was posted on Anthropic's website. None of the YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to have done any videos. When there's big wins for AI, they're like this, real quick, right? They're out there. They want to be the first people to report on this because that generates clicks, that generates money, that generates view counts and whatnot. This stuff, 4 days, man. This is huge. Anyway, that's the end of my rant. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Beautiful.